Seattle. I bet you're wondering what a WOC is. A WOC is a woman of color. There's some WOCs here. Woo! Now, in order to be very effective at wooing a WOC, you have to first be truthful about who you are and what you want. Now, we WOCs really love this. For example, if you're on Tinder or Bumble or maybe a Match.com app and you are 5'6" and you say that you're 6'11", there's no need to do that because we love you just the way that you are. We WOCs love it when you tell the truth. Secondly, be intentionally communicative. So, the rules that apply to dessert decision-making skills also apply to soft surface skills and consent. For example, I was on a date and somebody asked me if I wanted dessert and I hemmed and hawed about it because for some reason I always do when somebody asks me if I want dessert. And I realized if I could just articulate whether or not I wanted dessert, secondly, what kind of dessert I wanted, and thirdly, what kind of dessert I didn't want, then what I would have is the opportunity to have excellent company, delicious dessert, as long as my partner also felt the same way and we found a mutually agreeable solution for dessert. And thirdly, I'd have the perfect skill set to then have decision-making skills about later soft surfaces activities. Thirdly, to be a really effective WOC wooer, I encourage you to be as curious as possible about your WOC. So, I also challenge you, if you are not curious about the woman of color in front of you, I wonder, are you really interested in her? Now, curiosity is a broad spectrum. On the far left, we have unassumptive curiosity, and then on the far right, we have the sort of assumptive curiosity that looks a lot like a stereotype, objectification, exotification, that sort of thing. That's not so effective at wooing a WOC. Now, a wonderful unassumptive example that I have is I was out on a date with somebody and they asked me a standard dating 101 question. Hey, Marie, where are you from? Excellent question, right? I love this question because, one, they see that I'm brown and don't assume that I'm from somewhere else. And secondly, they hear how I speak and think, oh, she could be from Seattle, but I'm not going to assume she is. Maybe she's from somewhere else, or maybe she's from a different country. This is a wonderful example of wooing a WOC because it's unassumptive. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, I've had experiences on dates where someone said, Marie, do you speak Indian? What's that, I wonder? I've also had it where on dates, and not just on dates, but in front of, at grocery stores or restaurants, someone has come up to me and said, hey, are you Indian? Do you do yoga? And dates have asked me, are you flexible? I'm going to let you assume as to how that's not a great line of questioning in wooing a WOC. Fourthly, I asked several WOCs how they felt their experience being a woman of color in Seattle varies from that of white women. And one person articulated it particularly well for me. She said, Marie, when I'm out with men, it feels like the other box is checked for me when I'm dating. And it feels like people ask me questions. She said a person she was out with asked her what the texture of her hair felt like, what kind of product she put in it, and how it smelled. And then later, someone asked her what her skin, they were fascinated with her skin, how it felt, and also they actually asked her how it got to be the color it was. So, same as any other person's skin, right? DNA is fascinating. So anyways, all this to say, wooing a woman of color, that line of questioning, not so effective. But what we do know is that being curious, being intentionally, asking intentional communication, and the first thing that I said that I can't remember right now is effective at wooing a WOC. Thank you.